What's going on, guys, and welcome back. Another day, another discussion. Today we're talking about the Cyber Fusion spells. For the most part, it's going to be Power Bond, Overload Fusion, Cyberload Fusion. We're going to briefly talk about them, and per request, I do try to make these videos a little more catered towards you guys. So if you ever have suggestions. Wow, I cannot talk. I can't believe I'm going to do as much as I am tonight because I'm doing multiple videos. Not that you will see them all today, but if you have suggestions, let me know and I will try to accommodate to them as well as I can. So without further ado, guys, like, share, comment down below. It helps everything out on the channel, and we are going to jump on in right away here. You can see also links down below if you want to represent Team Set Pass merchandise. I did update our Teespring a little bit. Like I said in the community post, I found personally with the imaging and everything, if you flip them inside out and dry them on low heat, I don't have issues with them peeling, falling apart, anything like that. So follow the washing instructions as you should with most of that stuff. Anyway, guys, playmats available too. Cyber playmat in the works. Join the mirror tournament. If we have 30 players, I will give away a playmat on top of the Ghost or Cyber Dragon for first place. Also, the first Cyber Dragon Therion playmat. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We have Cyberload Fusion up first, guys. Like I said, we're going to kind of talk about like the three cyber spells, if you will. If you have questions on any other spell or fusion spell support, cybernetic fusion support is garbage. Don't play it. Any other real questions, though, let me know down below, and I will answer them as good as I can. So Cyberload Fusion, it comes in, it is searchable, it is a quick play. You can pop back on your opponent's turn. So it's pretty good, right? You can search it off your core, you can search it off your overflow, which is actually really fun to do. Like they use something to pop your overflow. You chain overflow, banish 2 Cyber Dragons, pop 2 of their cards, search out Cyberload Fusion, which is now live on your turn. So that's really awesome. Additionally, it is a quick play, so you can use it in your battle phase, but make sure if you're going into your Cyber Twin, because you can't use Cyber Dragon core that's banished, because while banished, its name is not Cyber Dragon, only in grave and field. Additionally, watch out if you go into Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, because you must be in the main phase to mill, and that is important because this card can be a little bit bricky, and the restriction is only that monster can attack for the rest of this turn. Essentially, once you fusion summon it, only that monster can attack. I've seen a few times where someone says, well, what if I then XZs and overlay that Rampage, detach it, summon next, or summon that Rampage back? It is a different Rampage at that point. You cannot attack with anything, so make sure you watch out for that. Additionally, if you're Cyberload fusioning into Rampage, this must be Chainlink 1. If your opponent, say, you set this card because you have overflow set up, you have Cyberload set up, that's how you can pop back on your opponent's turn. You can be like, oh, overflow, banish 2, pop your 2 monsters, and then you'll be like, new chain, Cyberload fusion, shuffle them back, summon Rampage, pop your back row. It's actually a very effective board wipe. However, if you, like, your opponent goes, oh, Cosmic Cyclone, and they target your Cyberload fusion, you're like, chain Cyberload fusion, you summon your Rampage. Rampage will not get its effect. It will miss timing because the fusion summon must be the final thing to happen in the resolving chain, meaning Cyberload fusion must be Chainlink 1 if you want your Rampage to not miss timing. So that kind of covers for the most part. I do like the card, and I think it kind of has a place with where the deck is at currently. I would either play it at 0 or at 1. There is no need to play 2. There is no need to play 3. You almost never want to open this card. You will always search it when you want it. That's where the brickiness can come in, because if you open it, that's kind of not very good. It needs its setup. It needs the cards literally to fall in the right order. So you want to rely on searching it and not opening it, or at least drawing it a little bit later once you're kind of set up. Playing it at 0 or 1. The next one, Overload Fusion. So obviously the OTK potential is here. Verity is gone, so again, this card, it's non-searchable. Again, it can be bricky because you need setup. You need Cyber Dragons on field or in your graveyard, which usually isn't too hard, but just like Machine Duplication, just like Galaxy Soldier, just like Repair Plant, just like Rev System, just like Clockwork, this card requires you to have these other cards already. You see where I'm going with this? That's 5 cards I just listed that require the same requirement. So unless you're somehow magically playing more than 3 copies of those cards, you're just asking to brick a little bit more. And however, I will say if you open right though, and your opponent's like, oh, they stop Core, they stop Galaxy Soldier, you keep comboing off, Overload can actually help you push through that disruption if you open it. If you open this in the right hand, it's actually really insane because you just like don't care about your opponent's disruptions. You're just pushing through all their disruptions, say end with just a Seeger, and then drop Overload Fusion when they have nothing left, and they're just like, oh, handshake, good game, next game. Pseudo Extender also being because it summons a level 5 machine. Do with that what you will. If I need to explain that any further, you may want to pick up another deck. I would play this at 0, 1, 2, or 3. When would I play it at each? Well, that is very dependent. Most builds I'm actually not playing it right now because I think the Power Bond one is actually the better playline. However, if you want to play it as a power 1-off, I understand that. If you want to play it as a very good 2-of that you can see a little bit more, I understand, kinda. I would personally rather play 3. Either I want to see it or I don't. So I'm not going to play 2 because what are you doing? Do you want to see it or don't you? 3 or 0 or 1. You can play 2 though, so that's why I want to keep it in there. And people are like, wait a second, you don't want to play 3. This card's not that good. And I guess my main response to that is Cyber Dragon ain't that good right now. Before Verde, back in the day, when Cyber Dragons topped and whatnot, Overload was a 3-of. It was not searchable then. It is not searchable now. We rely on opening a good hand and being able to push through and keep playing and combo and OTK. This card allows all that. Like I said, personally, I think Power Bond does it better, which we'll talk about here very momentarily. But I don't necessarily think 3 is the wrong way to go about this. I'm not saying it's the right way either. I am simply saying everyone saying to play this at 0 or 1 is not seeing success with the deck because the deck's not great. If the deck's not seeing success, if the deck's not great, why not try something else? I mean, that's this crazy thought that I've had so many times while playing this game where people are like, you can't play that, don't play that, that's a bad card, that's bad ratios, you only play 2 of this, you can't play 2 of that. And it's like, dude, how good are you doing with the deck? Well, the deck's not good right now. Okay, so the deck's not good and you're not doing good with it. I'm not going to take your advice then. Just saying, when the deck's not doing good, when someone's not doing good with the deck, I would rather try something and fail and say, hey, I tried it. 3 does not work. Instead of just being like, yep, that guy who's also not winning anything, including locals, said don't play 3. I'd rather try it and fail than just take someone's word for it. Maybe that's just me, but that is my outlook on that. But hey, it also provides great content for you guys. This card will be a Saki 3-of in our Cyber Network build that we're trying to find a cheeky combo line to make. Absolutely not worth it, but again, great content, guys. Great content. The final fusion spell we are going to talk about today. The video is actually already going longer than I expected, just talking about 3 cards. Power Bond. It's a searchable, consistent OTK. People are like, it's not consistent. Really? How is a 1-card OTK not consistent? Well, you need a spell or a trap to discard. Yep, you're absolutely right. In your opening 6-card hand, to have 1 spell or trap, when, like, odds are you're playing over half your deck? Come on. I know it's going to happen. Someone's going to go have like 3 games in a row, all monsters, and be like, told you. And that's just statistically unlikely, and you can't play like that. Like, if it happens, it happens. That's, that's gambling. That's consistency. That's RNG. That's anything in life that has to do with luck and percentages, because guess what? That 1% will happen. That's why it's not 0. But anyway, yeah. Core, Emergency, and if you play Horizon, it also means Horizon, Realm, and Claw. 5 1-card combos. 5 1-card combos. I'm not saying max them all out and play 15, but 3 core. three hers, so I'm so used to deck profiles. 3 core, 3 emergency, 1 to 2 claw, 2 realm, horizon. You're easily looking at 10 plus, like 10 to 14 one card, probably 10 to 12 more realistically, 10 to 12 one card combos. And additionally, you can play Pot of Prosperity because we OTK through Pot of Prosperity. You can so easily make Seeger Rampage, and Rampage will attack 3 times with 6,300, which is 18,900. Divide that by 2, it is over 8,000. Plus, you have Seeger attacking a monster, clearing out of the way, and you may even be able to put up an Infinity or something else if you open Insane. So again, you can OTK through Prosperity. So you can play 2 or 3 Prosperity, up to 12 of these one card combos. That's like 14, 15 one card combos. Like, it is insanely consistent. However, it is fragile. I will give everyone that. It is absolutely fragile. If you have no way to protect it and your opponent just waits for Chimera and they negate it, good luck. See you later. Get out of here. It's not going to work. Using it from your hand, this actually comes up, especially like right now, because I say it's a 0 to 2 of. I would never play 3, and typically if you're playing Power Bond, obviously if you're not playing the Power Bond build, you're going to play 0. Lots of builds are going to play 0, but people are going to play 1. Right now, because of a Shizu, I am not playing 1. I am playing 2 right now, which is something I recommended not doing. I say don't play a bricky card at 2 in case you open 1. I'm not playing it in case I open 1. I'm playing it in case when my opponent makes me mill 5 to 10 cards, I don't hit my 1 copy. The odds of hitting 2 is so unlikely. The odds of hitting 1, it's going to happen a decent bit. And in a tier 0 format with it, it's going to happen a lot if you play that deck repeatedly. So if you're expecting to go against a lot of Ishizu decks, I would play 2 Power Bond. Personally, I really would. Well, what if you open it? It's dead. No, it's not. Cyber Dragon monsters? How many are you playing? You can use them from your hand, which again, I've had come up more than one time in testing, and people it's like Power Bond from hand and field, and it's like, oh, I didn't realize that you had one in hand. I guess I'm going to lose now. So just fun little plays you can do there. Obviously, typical hand, Power Bond using field and graveyard because of Chimera. You can obviously make Cyber Twin plays, which is really good. You can make Cyber Rampage, Chimera Attack Rampage plays, all kinds of good stuff like that. I do think Power Bond is the best of the 3 right now. Like I said, it's consistent. It is not resource heavy at all, and you can play so many other disruption cards, going second cards, hand traps, what have you, what will you. Updated deck profile coming soon as well. We'll preview that playmat coming up, but come join the Mirror Tournament. We still have a few more days before the registration closes on it. Cyber Dragon Facebook group, come search us on out. And until next time, guys, take care.